Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we will see how we can use custom API in Microsoft Dataverse, right? Custom API is a new thing that we can use so that we can create customized and as per our requirement we can create custom web API, and we can also define custom parameters, request parameters and the response parameters, and we can achieve our functionality. So now let us understand the scenario first. Okay, so this is our student entity, and for this student I have a child entity, child table called as courses. My requirement is whenever some course is assigned for this student, the roll up field that I have taken called as total fees and total course number of course joined by the student, that will be automatically calculated. Right now, you know, roll up fields are calculated in a frequency of 12 hours, so it doesn't update automatically. So I want to I want to do some logic using custom app, so that on demand someone can call that custom API to recalculate this roll up field. Let me now create a case, create a course. Now the fees is 0 and course joined is 0, right? Because I have not added any course. Let me go here, add new course, and let me add some course here. Duration is 1 hour, then fees is $200. Then I will save and close. As soon as I have saved and closed, you can see if I'll go to the student, this is not updated, although I have added some course here. Now if you click on this calculator button and click on recalculate, it will calculate for the for that student, right? So let me recalculate this joined course also. Now it is updated, right? Now my point is I want to do some functionality or write down a custom API that will automatically on demand calculate this roll up fields, because whenever you add a child entity, the parent roll up field does not update immediately. It takes some time, right? It's not updating. Let me go and check. So it's already there. Okay, let me click on save and close and try to recalculate. Okay, let me go to another record. Let me open one more record here. So let's say this is the this is another record. Okay, this is the student record. Let's say area, and I will just save it. So for this student I have already added 4 courses, and the total fees is already calculated this much, and the course joined 4. Now if I'll add another course here, I will go to related and go to course and try to add another course. Okay, let me give any data here, and duration, this one, fees 700 and 7 close. Now previously the course fees was 2456. Now I have added a new course here of price 700, so it should be calculated, but as per the roll up field concept, it will not calculate immediately. Rather you have to wait for the 12 hours to auto calculate. Otherwise, if you need, you can do it on demand. Now it is 2456, but if you click on recalculate, it will be changed. Now I want to use this functionality, recalculate on demand functionality, using a custom API, so that an external application can call a recalculate roll up field operation from custom API. So let us see how can I do that. So first go to your Power Apps. Let us go step by step so that you can understand more. Go to Dataverse. So I am in Power Apps, right? Choose correct environment, that is important. Go to solution and create a new solution. Let me give a solution name API demo. Right now you have to choose a publisher, right? Now because the publisher is important in our demo, right? Now every publisher, solution publisher, has a prefix. If you click on this, you can understand what is the publisher prefix. My prefix is soft. Now this prefix is important while developing or configuring custom API. So I will go to here, select the publisher, click on create. As soon as I create this solution, my solution will be listed here. This is my solution. Open this solution, and now I want to create a custom API. Now click on new and click on custom API. These three things are important for this demo: custom API request parameter, custom API response property. First choose custom API, right? Once you choose custom API, it will represent a custom API screen, and you have to mention all the details. So you have to give a unique name for this custom API. Always remember, this custom API name should start with your prefix, publisher prefix. My solution publisher prefix is soft then underscore. After that you have to give your name. What is the name of your custom API? Let's say API, the name would be API calculate rollup. Okay, so let's say this would be my unique name of my custom API. Let me just copy and note it in a notepad so that I can refer easily. Now here you have to give the name. What is the name? You can give, let's say, you can give the same name also. Let's say API calculate rollup, right? And display name, you can give the same name. Description, you can give the same name or anything you can give. Binding type would be global, and keep other things same as it is, and click on save and close. So I have created a custom API whose name is soft underscore API calculate rollup. Now click on done. As soon as you create the custom API, you can observe here your component, custom API component, is not added to your solution. This is the issue. So what you have to do, this is a known issue. So click on add existing, click on custom API and search your custom API here, soft underscore API, right? You can just search underscore. So what is the name? Let me copy this one. Now let me search here. Now it's not available, right? So let me go to add existing again, click on custom API. Now I can just search the name. What was the name? Just search by name API, and if you can find out that soft underscore calculate rollup, I think not this one, API something, the name is API. So let me search star. It's not searchable, right? So let me go down. So already I have created two that is displaying, but the new one is not displaying, right? So what we will do, we will try to refresh the screen. Okay, once you refresh the screen or refresh the page or the solution, you can try again, add existing custom API and try to search. So the name is API calculate. Can you see that? The name is API calculate rollup, this one. This name I have given, right? Click on add. So just copy this API calculate rollup and click on add. So the name is API calculate rollup, right? Now this is the display name and the name, but in background the name is something like this, right? In the background name or the action name is soft underscore API calculate rollup. Now what we will do, I will add some more. So I have added custom API. Next I will add some custom parameters. So click on custom API request parameter, and here you have to choose the custom API. What is the name of custom API? The custom API name is, you have to search API calculate rollup. What is the unique name? You have to give a unique name. Let's say soft underscore. So what is the API custom API request parameter? The concept is like, whenever you call that custom API, you want to send some parameters, request object parameters, right? So as I want to call this custom API, and I want to send 3 parameters for my demo, so I have to create 3 request parameters. So give a name. Let's say first I want to pass target entity. First let's say target field. Okay, I'll just copy this and store in my notepad for future reference, and here give a name. The name is target field. Okay, I can specify same thing, and type I will choose string because I want to send string input, and click on save and close. Now like that I have to add 3 more request parameters, custom API request parameters. So I need three, so I will just choose again the API calculate roll off, then give a name soft underscore target entity name. You can give anything here, it's not a problem, right? So in the name I will give target entity name, right? Description, and this type also I will choose string. So I will just do save and close. Like that I will add another parameter, request parameter, custom API request parameter, and this time I will give a name called as soft underscore. Let me choose the custom API first. This is the custom API I have just created, and give a unique name this time, soft underscore target entity ID, right? Soft underscore target entity ID, right? And in the display name I will give target entity ID, right? Same display name, description, and this type also I will use string, and save and close. So I have just created 3 request parameters, custom API request parameters, but you can see the request parameter has not been added to the solution. Now click on add existing, click on custom parameters, API parameters, and search your request parameters here. So these are the request parameters. What is the request parameter? Target entity name, target entity field, target entity ID, these 3. Click on add. Next, once the request parameter of the custom API has been added to your solution, I have to create a new custom API response, because whenever you send a request to custom API, you have to get a response from that custom API after processing, right? So click on new, click on again custom API response property, right? Now here I have taken another entity ID, just I am noting down for future reference. This is custom API, these are request parameters, and the last one is response property. Choose the custom API, give a unique name, soft underscore response value. Okay, just copy this and store it here, and give a name. Let me give the same name. Let's say name would be response value, and description same, display name same, and it should be string. I want to return a string from the custom API whenever some request is reached. Now again I have to add this response to the solution, because there is a known issue. Whenever you create custom API properties, it's not added automatically. So I will use response value, click on add. Now in my solution I have added all corresponding components, right? Now next thing is, before going to the next thing or testing this, I have to develop the plugin, because I want to call a plugin from this custom API whenever someone calls this custom API by sending 3 request parameters. So go to your plugin. This plugin I have created, you know about how to create plugins, right? So you have to define the execute method and all the objects that required for plugins. Then you have to decide, you have to declare 3 variables, because I want to pass 3 variables, 3 request parameters here, right? these three request parameters I have to capture in my plugin. So I have to capture using this context.input parameters, and the name I have to pass, right? So what is the name? The name is first field name. So what is the field name? I have already stored here. The field name is this soft_target field. Next, no, not this one. This requires which field should be updated, because to calculate the roll-up field you requires three fields, right? First is, let me go to the student entity. Let me tell you here, if you open any record, you need to have let me go to another entity, let's say this one. Okay, so to auto calculate this roll-up field, you need three things. One is this this entity, this field name, and the entity name, and the entity ID. Three things is required, right? So I have to capture three things here. So the request parameter, this target field, is the field name. So I will specify here field name. So this is the field name, right? So this parameter will be passed from custom API. Next, target entity name. So this is the target entity name. So just copy this and paste here, and target entity ID, right? So in this plugin I have captured three input parameters that is already passed from this custom API whenever someone calls that custom API. Now I will take all these three input parameters and I will write down a function. I will use calculate roll-up field request, pass the target object, target entity, by passing the target entity name and the GUID which is passed from the custom API, and the field name I have specified. So this is used to recalculate a roll-up field. Once it is recalculated, I want to set the output parameter of the custom API as roll-up field updated successfully. So what is the name of the response parameter, response property of the custom API? This one, right? So soft_response value. So I have assigned something here. Then so let me change this something. New roll-up field updated successfully, right? Now once it is done, I will just build this plugin. Right click and build it. Now it is successfully built for me. Now it is trying to build. It's successful. Now I will go to plugin registration tool and try to register this, right? I have already registered, but I will just update right now. You know how to register your plugin, right? This time, as I have already registered and I have changed something in my plugin, so I will update the existing plugin. So let us log in. It will try to log in the environment and it will list down all the plugins which are already part of the Dataverse. Okay, now once the all plugin list is loaded, I will search for my plugin which is already registered. If you have not registered, you can register new plugin, but if you have already registered, you have to search for your plugin. This is my plugin and this is the calculate roll-up field plugin. So I will just click on the parent plugin and click on update, and I will search for my plugin. My plugin location is stored here, this one. So I will open this, copy this and update my selected plugin. If you don't know how plugin works, how plugin registered, watch my other videos, you can learn. So once it is updated, the next thing is you have to go to your solution and open this custom API. We have to associate the plugin registration or plugin assembly with this custom API. So go down and click on this plugin type, click on this lookup. Here you will find all your plugins. What is the plugin name? The plugin name is calculate roll-up field, right? So just search many. You can see this one, calculate roll-up field plugin, and I can save it. I can click on save and close. Now done. Now the next thing is I have to publish this solution. Click on publish all customizations. Right, once you do publish all customization, in the meantime let us find out the URL that is represented as a web API for your environment. So go to your advanced settings and find out the developer resource and web API URL, because that is what we need in next step. Still publishing, let us wait. Now the advanced setting is loaded. I will go to customization area, click on customizations, then click on developer resource. In the developer resource you will find this URL, right? So copy this and take to your notepad, right? So this is the web API URL by which we can call our web API, right? So we can copy this and go to here, you can close this. Let us see if it is published successfully or not. We have to wait, there is no other way. Now it is published. So if you want to hit this URL that I have just copied and give your custom action name, custom API name. What was my custom API name? This one, right? So I'll copy this. You know that how to identify metadata, right? If you want to search metadata, it will give you all the metadata information from your organization, right? Every entity informations in their design, everything you can get it. And to check if your custom API is already registered in your metadata, you can hit this URL metadata with this web API URL I have just copied from customization area, developer resource area. Then you can copy your name and search it here. Okay, this is trying to load. So it will take some time because this will return all the metadata of your environment. Metadata means everything, data about data of your entities, fields and all that, data types, everything it will return. And inside that metadata also I have to search if the custom API is already available or not. This is not required step, but if you want to check if your metadata contains your custom API, then you can check it. But if it is taking time, then you not to worry about. But let me do one thing, copy this URL, go to another window, and here I will hit my custom API name and hit it. Once you press enter, you can see it will give you some information, no HTTP resource was found, right? But this can be used in Postman or other applications. When you call this URL, then you can use post method to call this custom API, right? Now let us close this for now. Let us close this also. Now once it is published, we have already published, now we will test this, right? Now go here, and this is my Postman. You have to configure an environment. I have already told you how to create environment in Postman. If you have not seen my blogs, go and check my blog. In the environment, we actually given the details about the connection, right? So this is my URL and this is the API version, right? This is the URL/API data. Then this is my client ID. Client ID is important. You have to register a application in Azure. Then you have to give all these details. Once you have given all the details, you have to generate the authentication. If you go to authorization, you have to generate a token. I have already generated a token. To generate this token and all this, I have already created a video. You can check that. The video is connecting Dynamics 365 Online from Postman step by step. Now once it is done, I have to use a variable which used in this environment, which stores my complete URL, and here you have to pass your name of your custom API. Copy this. I'm just testing the custom API working fine or not. Once you given this, use the post method, and before sending the request, go to body and go to raw option. So this is the raw option, and you have to choose the type as JSON, and here you have to pass the value of 3 parameters, right? So what are the value of the parameters? The first parameter is this one, right? I have to pass the rollup field name. The next is entity name, so I have to pass the the entity name here. This is the field name and this is the entity name, and the final one is the entity ID. So this is the entity ID. From where I will get from this entity student field. So this is the student ID, so I'll copy this and paste here. Right now, before sending this, let us create a course for this. There is no course. There is already $333 there. Now let me create a new course. Let's say test duration and give 707 close. Now I'm expecting the rollup field is not updated. Can you see that? If you refresh also, it is not updated. Now when I will call that custom API, this field will be automatically updated, right? So let us call that web API or custom API. I have sent all the information for this record to call the plugin. Click on send. Once you click on send, it will try to call the web API. Can you see that it is telling unauthorized? That means I have to generate a token first. Let me go to authorization and click on get new access token. Now it will try to log in Dynamics and authentication completed. Now it will generate a token for me. This token is generated. Click on use token. Now I can go and click on send. So go to body and try to send. So I have a authentication token, so that to connect Dynamics 365 and to call this custom API. Can you see that the status is 200? Okay, and the response value you have seen, new rollup field updated successfully. Now if I will go here to the student and try to refresh this, I am expecting this value should be updated. Refresh. Now it is updated. So how it is updated? It's because I have called this custom API that I have created. In background, it received these 3 parameters. Plugin received these 3 parameter in these 3 values, and it recalculates the field, target field, and returns this output in response that I have received here, right? So this is how you can create custom request parameter and custom response property and custom API. I hope it helped you in your project. Thank you for watching this. If you have not subscribed, subscribe this channel. If you need live instructor training, let me know. I can help you on that. Thank you guys. Cheers.